You know what? I just hit start streaming. I left that out. You got it now. Nobody said anything. That's funny.
Well, I said video earlier, and I think Eric covered me up. But anyway.
Alrighty. Yeah, I had. Yeah. Do you like my little thumbnail there? I thought that was cute.
Well, I didn't even see a thumbnail. It's just that weird YouTube thumbnail. It wasn't even a picture.
Oh, is that right? This was just. It was actually 3 words on it. 1 large word and 2 small words. Well, you'll see it later. And no big deal. It was just. I thought it was fun. Like I said, it's just a black screen with 3 words in white on it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll take a look at it. No, it's working on the bedroom there, trying to get ready to start moving my father in. We're going to start that in about a week or so.
Awesome. Did you have to make special accommodations for him?
No, other than, put in a walk-in shower, to make it easier for him, and a sidewalk and a ramp,
Yeah, okay. Very good. Yeah, the normal stuff that you need for someone who's not very good on ambulatory things.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good. How old is he now?
88.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, my mother, thank God, lived to be almost 92. So, and my mother-in-law lived to be 94 and something. So there's hope for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his family, they live long, so he'll be around for a while.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you and your wife feel comfortable with having him in the home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not always easy, though, when you got, especially if they get grumpy.
I know it. Well, it'll be all right.
I know. Well, you know what I'm getting at. I'm not saying I was always happy to have her here, but sometimes it was an added. Let's put it this way: didn't have my own life anymore.
Yeah.
Very good. Anyway, it's all good though. That's what your job is, to take care of your family.
Yep. And there's nobody else but me, so.
Oh well, it doesn't. Again, I had other people, but I said no, I'll do it. I didn't want them in their hands.
Oh, okay. No, I'm the only child, so.
Oh, wow. Well, I was an only child until I was 17 and a half, and then my knuckleheaded brother was born. No, he's a good guy, smart guy, but he and his wife really weren't suited to take care of my mom.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Anything else?
No, I'll try to stay awake this time and catch you on the next one.
Hey, real quick, I got that, I think I told you, I got that, what is it, the GM30 Pro, and programming those things on Bluetooth is a pain.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And then I said, well, let me do this. Let me get the, so I made sure that it could, because it does have the Kenwood style connector on the side, for the twin pin. And so I said, must be. So I looked it up. Yeah, sure enough. So I bought a connector for that, that would connect to it with a USB port. And I'm trying to remember if I got that off. No, I got that from Radio Oddity. And I went on the computer, put it on, whatever, Chirp or whatever. It won't connect. Like 30 won't connect, me trying to change everything and how that goes. So I said, maybe it doesn't like Windows 11. So I went to my other machine, the Windows 10, and it worked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain. Everything's a pain with radios and computers trying to get it done for the first time.
Oh, yeah, I know. You ought to try to program some old Motorola's with Windows 11.
Oh, that's what you told me, man. I've heard that from other people. I think some people just avoid it altogether and forget the Motorola's,
Yeah. Well, I got a old Windows 7 laptop, and it works pretty good with that.
Oh, cool. Yes, one of them, it said, because I did have another model's adapter, and it says, well, you can, and I looked it up, and it says, well, you can go back and change the driver for the, I go, I'm not changing crap, man.
Right.
I didn't feel like doing that, because then I'd have to change it back at some point. I didn't want to do that either. Anyway, anything else, Danny?
No, that's it. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, very good. That's Danny in Station Camp Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
Yeah, you didn't. You resisted the computer age, didn't you, Mark?
Oh no, no, I embraced it, man. And I've had that problem though with programming cable that used that old prolific chip. Apparently, there were a bunch of phony ones out there, Chinese clones, and when they came out with Windows 11, they changed the driver so it has to verify the chip in your cord.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that warning every time I've had to do that with something, and you realize it's done by the. But you got to say it like how Trump says it: China.
Yeah, China. It's a bad people. So, but I don't really have anything for the net tonight. Been fooling around at the lake for a while, and about to get absolutely worn out with that.
Yeah, very good. I was going to ask you something else about what that. I don't remember what it was now. Nope, can't think what it was. Anyway, that was Mark. Whiskey Bravo Zero, November, Oscar up towards the beach there on Cumberland, the northwest corner of, or the northwest part of Wilson County. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hello, Greg. Anything good going on?
Not much. Yeah, you can, I think on your Windows 11 you have to load this legacy driver and all that. So, yeah.
Well, I actually have a multi-tiered computer arrangement here. If it doesn't work on 11, I go to 10. If I don't have to, it doesn't work on 10, I go back to whatever it was just before that. What was right before 10? I already forgot.
8.
Well, I have an 8, but it's in a tablet, so I don't use that for anything. But and then I had the 7, and I got them all the way back to DOS. So but I rarely have to do it though.
Yeah, it might have been just.
Anyway, no, it works fine when you finally get it right, and then you're finally relieved, and you've already wasted an hour. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, listen, now since we talked about it earlier on the texting thing, are political assassinations back, or are we just crazy? Because there was actually 3 in the last year.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm sure they were all asking for it. That's what we're supposed to believe.
I guess it is weird though, because you figure there were 2 attempts on Trump. His wasn't. That was last year, wasn't it? Before he was elected, wasn't it? Wasn't that the last year during the election campaign?
It was this century for sure.
Yeah, no. And then what I'm saying is, it just seems amazing that we've got, and plus the crazy. One of them was that anti-Christian or anti-Catholic thing up there in Minnesota, and you go, hey, when does this stuff stop, man?
It's not going to stop, and I've said they're not done taking shots at Trump. I'm afraid.
Well, I'm guessing that they've fortified that issue. I'm hoping. They're going to probably arm the press corps next.
I wouldn't trust them.
No, I meant the far left. Whoever the monsters are would be arming the press corps.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anything else, Greg?
No. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I guess pray for his family. I don't know, that's awful. K4 TV.
Man, you know, I can barely remember when I was 31, because that's 45 years ago. But I do remember it. And I was really, I wasn't like him, but I was very active and very, I don't know, vibrant's the right word, but, you know, everything was going good, and I was hardworking, and I was having a good time. And here he is, 31, and he's dead, man. Silly.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it'll gin up the furthest right, probably, and, you know, that's all we need.
I hope it's a sobering moment. You didn't happen to hear what the governor of Utah said, did you?
I have not.
Essentially, he said, and I don't know, it's just odd that he stuck it in there, so he must have heard some things. He said, he was talking about how bad it was, and, you know, he's talking about what a crisis that is for have a family have that happen. And then he went on to say, he paused, and he said, you have to go back and look at it. He paused. I never saw the guy before in my life, so I didn't know who he was. He said something to the effect, for those of you that might have been celebrating this event, he says, you need to take a hard look in the mirror and look for your better angel, because this isn't good.
Yeah, and I do truly believe the majority of the right, the conservatives, the Christians, the whatnot, don't rejoice if Biden were taken out, they would not rejoice. Where the left will rejoice and ultimately rejoice and be rewarded for rejoicing.
Yeah, you might be right about that. I don't know if that's. Well, yeah, you'd almost have to define it. I would say the far left would do that, similar to what you would find in the far right. And I mean, the way out far right. I call them both lunatics. Okay, the ones that are way out on far right. In other words, there's a lot of people that I consider myself very conservative, very, very right. But at the same time, I think of those that are farther right than me. Many times they're. That's where kind of the skinheads fall. That's where some of the radical, crazy groups are. The ones that aren't abiding by the laws.
No doubt. Well, I consider myself libertarian, pretty centrist, but I can't think of an issue where I don't land on the right.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I rarely give it too much thought. It's just that there are some people. It seems like those on the. I'll just say that not regular left, not regular liberals. I use that term loosely though. It's the leftists, the hard leftists that seem to celebrate and they bitch the most about things, and they're the ones that celebrate when something bad happens.
Yeah, and not to belabor it, and I'll let it go. I'm independent. If the best guy is on the left, then that's the way I'll vote. But I can't see that in a long time.
Well, yes, and I agree with you. The point of it is, it doesn't. I've been through. I remember the first time I was disappointed in a general election for president, and that was way back in whatever year that was, 70s. But then I realized, I said, oh man. I was not crying the blues, but I was like, I can't believe this happened, because I thought the other guy was better. Well, it doesn't matter what I thought. So then I became the realization that I want the president to do a good job. I don't want him to fail. I don't want him to be shot. I don't want any bad thing to happen, because bad things that he does are bad things that happen to the rest of us. So my point is, I support every president, regardless of who it is. I want them to do well, because they're the chief of the. He's the head of the military. He's in charge of the entire. He's the executive for the entire government, and it's just important that he does a good job.
Yeah, we don't want it to be like the past 4 years. Katie, for TV.
What you mean when we didn't have a president? That one. All right, very good. So who else? That was Greg, KD4CVE. He's up in Hendersonville somewhere. Undisclosed location. His name is Greg. Who else is Nora?
KC8NNO Mobile.
Hello, Jeff. Everything going good?
Yeah, good evening there, Paul and Annette. I figured I'd get in here while I heard you all talking on a random mobiling around day here in Mount Juliet. I'm on a division coming up towards Mount Juliet Road here. It's KC8NNO.
Oh, yeah, you're real close at this point.
Yeah, but other than that, I'll give it a listen in here for a bit. Nothing else for the net. Other than looking forward to the cold weather returning, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for a little bit longer. This is Jeff, KC8NNO. Back to you.
In spite of that, it was about late. It was in the high 80s this afternoon, around 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And it still felt good out, though, because it was kind of dry and it was comfortable. Anyway, that was KC8NNO, and that is Jeff. He was mobile, heading up towards home, I believe. Who else is north?
Kilo, Quebec 4, Golf, Papa, Sierra, Ken and Corbin.
Hey, Ken, it's good to be able to hear you tonight. You doing okay?
Good. Did you hear me okay today?
Well, it's a little rough, but I got full copy on you.
Oh, very good. We got light rain going on.
Oh, is that right? Some rain going on?
Yeah, we got light rain going on right now in Portland.
Well, I don't want it to come here. My grass grew enough already.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I just wanted to check in real quick, say howdy. I haven't heard from you in a time. And I just hope Michael gets back
Yep, very good. That was Ken. He's in Portland. Tells us that there's a little bit of rain going on up in the north sector there. It's Kilo, Quebec 4, Golf, Papa, Sierra. Who else is north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
November 8, November Hotel Tango. We got Hayes. I think there might have been somebody else in there, but go ahead, Hayes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, the Charlie Kirk thing. That's absolutely
Well, I'd like to think that not everybody on the left would do that. It's just that he was very good. As I was telling my wife, she wasn't familiar with him. He was the kind of guy that even if you did not disagree with him, or the people that got in front of him did not disagree with him, he was never disagreeable with the people he talked to.
Yeah, absolutely right, and it's absolutely terrible what happened. It's an assassination. People can't tolerate things like that, and it's absolutely terrible. I feel real bad about it. I'd say we're in our last days, but stuff like that has been happening a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, again, what happens though? Every time there's something like this, and I'm not saying he's the most prominent guy on the planet, which he isn't, but he's a fairly prominent guy in political circles, and especially among youth. And assassins don't get it that when they do that, they make him martyr out of that man, and it makes worse for their side.
Yeah, and that might be true. I don't know. That might be. I guess maybe. He stood up for what he believed in all the time, and he probably knew that there was a risk at some point something like that would happen. He was brave enough to do it. So, more power to the guy. Stuff like that is terrible. I just found out a shipmate of mine too ended his own life. So, a lot of weird things are happening.
Wow. Yeah. I back to the politicalist. I'm sorry about your shipmate friend. That's a horrible thing. I had one of those happen to me too. A couple of them. But how's it go with that? It is. Oh man, this just escaped my mind there for a moment. But nope, I'm not even gonna get there. It's Hayes. It was politics. But anyway, nope, it didn't come to mind. Hayes, good to have you in there. Nothing else?
No, sorry to bring up stuff. I guess I'm in a downer mode or something, but I'll get out of this. Hey, K4PW, this is Ed8NHT. Thanks for the net, shipmate.
Yeah, very good, Hayes. That's Hayes. November 8, November Hotel Tango. And he's in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
K4VW.
Hello, Mr. Carlin. What's up?
Not much. I don't think it's raining out there. Portland's about 11 miles to my west, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the weather map. It was very dry. It's been very dry, as you know, for a few days, and I prefer kind of it stay that way because I got a lot of lawn to mow.
Yeah, we had that rain Friday and Saturday, and luckily that rain, it didn't pour down. It was kind of a moderate, steady rain. It kind of soaked things up there. Grant looks like it kind of recovered a little bit, not much, but other than that, it's still, I don't know, it was dry. Hey, it was good out there today too, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was a nice day today. Very nice day. It wasn't too hot. It was getting a little warm, but it's still, I kind of expect that in September. I always expect September in the South to be a very warm month.
Yeah, the bad thing is right here in a couple of weeks, it's going to be the first day of fall. That's the way I feel about it. I'm not a fall fan myself. I mean, it's okay. It's just everything, all the leaves drop off, and everything just looks so dead. By about 1st of November, everything's going to be not green anymore, and I just don't care for that. So I don't know, but we got to have that kind of weather. I mean, take care of the bugs, I guess, by next spring or something. Okay, I'll hush up. Hello to everybody out there. I hope everybody's having a good old time on the net tonight, and I'll turn it back over to you, Paul, let you get some more. Hope Michael gets up and out and about here for too much longer. So with that said, Katie4BW, turn it back over to net control.
Very good. That's Carlin. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey, and he's in Angeltown, Bethpage. Who else is north?
NM1M, Mark in Gallatin.
N91M. Did I have that right? N91M, right?
NM1M, Mark in Gallatin.
Yeah, I misheard you, and it actually confused me because I knew it wasn't right. November Mike, 1 Mike. Very good. You doing all right?
Doing fine. Just Working on my Route 66 contacts here.
Oh yeah, how's that going? I have not participated at all in that. I don't think in a long time.
Yeah, I got about half of them right now. It's been kind of tough in the afternoons. Of course, retired people get to do it then, but they like to do all the overseas or DX, so it's tough getting in there. So you have to wait for the evening.
Yeah. I've had people who, nobody that I know of here in this group, but who complain about Contester. And I think there are other bands that you don't. There's all kinds of space out there, so quit your bitching.
Yeah, and I don't like us POTA people either, but that's the way it goes. POTA's done a great thing for ham radio.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard anybody complain about that. Well, they would complain about that kind of thing, but I never heard anybody specifically complain. No, I think that's great stuff. I think it gets people on the air, it gets people interested in specific locations, at parks. It's an entertaining thing.
I hear comments about it all the time. You know, those POTA people, you know, they get on there and then, you know, before a net or something like that, and then you got to work things out. But anyway, it's all good.
You didn't see my list of the added POTA lists?
No, I have not. Is that on the website?
Well, I probably sent. I don't have your email address, I don't think. But what I did is I said, well, if they got POTA and they got islands on the air, and they've got what do you call it? Not mountains on the air, but summits on the air, I think it's called. And they've got a couple others, and I said, well, we need to come up with some others that even make it more interesting, like strip malls on the air, and ghettos on the air, and you know, funeral homes on the air. Although it's a little silly, but you know, and the others aren't silly. I was just coming up with silly ones.
Yeah, some of those could be interesting. There's beaches on the air now too.
Yes, I heard that today. Did that just start?
I'm not sure. Ham Radio 2.0 was doing his 30-day thing, and he was doing beaches the other day.
Like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. That's no different, really, when you think about it. It's somebody just getting on the air and calling CQ all day from their house. How is that different?
I mean, it's nice to get out in the parks, and especially when the weather is fine. And we were able to do it all through the West. I'm lacking 11 states right now on activation, so it's fun. It gets us out and working.
Oh yeah, no. What I meant is that if somebody's complaining about parks on the air or summits on the air or whatever, how is that any different than somebody sitting at home all day and calling out CQ looking for, trying to work 50 states or trying to work all the counties? You know what I'm saying? It's not any different. Somebody's just being active on the air.
I think what they're complaining about is there's just so much activity, and well, that's just too bad. I mean, what else can you do?
Well, I look at it this way. All activity in ham radio is good, as long as it's within the bounds of what we're supposed to be doing. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, we need to use the bands, because if you don't use it, you lose it.
Well, that's one of the reasons I actually went a little. We collectively made these decisions to go on 220 and to go on. We do the simple. We're actually doing 10 meters on FM. We're doing 70 centimeters, and we sometimes do 70 centimeters upper sideband. We do areas that most people don't even touch.
Right, and from what I'm seeing, 220 is not very used very much around here.
Well, no, you're right, and I saw that. I go, well, we can change that, and now we've had as many as 15 people check in from the people. They're mostly our regular people, but over time, I think that could change things, because the fact is, it's a great band.
Yes, and it's tough to find a radio with enough wattage in them for that band as well, isn't it?
The Retivas is a 50 watter, and it's I forget how much it is, $150 or $160, something like that. I think that's what it is, and it works well. 50 watts on the air, but even so, you wouldn't have to have 50. You could do 25 with a decent antenna, you know.
Yeah, I think all the HTs I have that can do 220 are about 2 or 3 watts at the most.
Oh yeah. That was one of the reasons, not the reason. Over 20 years ago, I bought that Kenwood radio, the tri-band, and it had 220 on it, and that was the only radio at the time, and I think for a long time, it had 5 watts on both 70 centimeters, 2 meters, and 220. Not that that's a huge distinction, quite honestly.
Radio. Well, I've complained enough about stuff, so I'll let you move on. The NM1M, Mark. Gallatin.
Yeah, very good, Mark. No, I don't see that stuff as complaining. It's just we're talking about ham radio and how we can make it better, and how some people don't seem to be. Well, I'll just say, no, I don't mean to make it so. What did I say? They're more looking out for their own interest rather than the interest of everybody. And like I said, to complain about contesting or parks on the air, it's a dumb argument because they're not going to stop it. You know, if you don't like it, just move to a different band. Anyway, that's Mark. November Mike, 1 Mike, and he's in Gallatin. Who else is north?
Whiskey 4, November Papa.
Hello, David. What's up?
Oh, I was just laughing at the commentary, and glad Mark brung up the Route 66 thing. I kind of dabbled in that a little bit last year, and for some reason I was thinking it was a little later off in the fall, but he's talking about the POTA and the contesters, and seems like you always hear, maybe the rack chewers are complaining about the contesters, and the contesters are against the POTA, and the POTA's against the rack chewers, and it just kind of goes around a circle. It's like, it's almost like religion.
Well, you remind me, I was laughing just a second ago while you were talking. I reminded way back, it had to be 15 years ago, when I was still in Florida, maybe a little longer, maybe 18 years ago. And I was just listening to these two guys, and remember, I'm in Florida, and I don't remember even where they were from. I think they were both from Alabama or Mississippi, in that vicinity. Might not have been, but just in that they were good old Southern boys, and they were talking about mostly they were talking about barbecuing, what they liked and didn't like, which there's no bad conversations in ham radio in my mind. I don't care what people talk about. Anyway, they're talking about, and he goes, great with great signals, by the way, really big signals. So they might have been doing legal limit, I don't know. And somebody actually jumped in on top of them, deciding to interrupt, didn't ID, and he goes, each of these guys got $10,000 worth of radios, and they're talking about chicken wings. And I thought, what's it to you?
That's right. That's a very important topic, maybe to them. So, but all right, I'll let you move on. I enjoy all the conversations and all the topics. W4NP.
Yeah, we try. Well, I do. I try to make it interesting. Hopefully, it works out okay. And I appreciate the comments, though, David. That was David in White House. A whiskey for November, Papa. Love that call. It's nice and short. Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
You got anything interesting to add there, Wes?
No, I think David had a good point, and so did you. I just enjoy the whole thing. Arguing or not arguing, Simplex or whatever, I'm just here for the fun of it. That's how we do it in Possumtown. KE4TWI.
Yeah, well, I don't know if everybody's heard it. I'll have to send it out as a link. I posted an argument that happened on Simplex up in the Buffalo area when I lived up there, and it's on. I do have it it's a YouTube video that just had an audio to it, and it's really funny that you can get guys that arguing on the air, swearing at each other.
Well, at least they're standing for something in a day when everybody's a pushover. So, hey, chicken wings, bring it on. Anyway, nothing to report here. KE4TWI.
I think if I was one of those two guys and they heard it, I would say, if you haven't got anything good to add to the chicken wing discussion, stay away. Anyway, that was Wes. He's in Possumtown. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. He just got himself not a brand new, but a new rescue dog, and it's a 3-legged. Did you say it was a beagle, Wes?
Yes, a very puppy-like beagle, 3-legged beagle, and things are going good. He's living a whole new life, and very happy here. So good for him and good for us. KE4TWI.
Oh yeah, I agree. Anyway, that's west. KE4 TWI in Possum Town. Who else is north?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick. Greg.
And now they're saying that the guy they have in custody is they've released him and he's not the guy.
Yeah, the original one, they arrested some guy that looked like he was about 70 years old with white hair all the way around and all bald on the top. And I said, I don't think that's him.
I guess that's who they're talking about. Anyway, he was acting that crap crazy. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, just wanted to enter that K4 TV.
Yeah, they also originally in one of the news. That's how the news gets everything wrong at first. They seem to, and they said it was a handgun and they shot from 200 feet. I thought, man, that is one guy's got one damn good shot for 200 feet. Anyway, who else is north? Over to the west.
KG4 ILV.
Very good. You know, I'm going to just tell in the future when I say west, I want Greg to check back in so you'll know to come in.
Yeah, it does throw me off when he checks in from the north.
Yeah, I'm still trying. I have to avoid using the word Antioch.
I will say that his signal is much better where he is now than he was before.
You know, that's so interesting, too, because I don't think he's closer. Is he?
No, further.
I think he's further away. I think it's just a better path.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't think his antennas. Your antenna's not too much different, is it, Greg?
That's what I'm saying. I'm on my inferior antenna also.
Oh, well, again, good location. Well, that's like real estate, I guess, you know. Location.
Well, I think it was funny you were talking about the contesters. It's like somebody needs to tip them off. There's a whole bunch of modes.
Oh, I know. It's like, get over yourself, man. There's a lot of band space out there that's not being used.
That's like arguing over Ford and Chevy. It's like, man, there's a whole lot of other stuff out there, you know.
Hey, listen, I don't know if you did that when you were a kid, because you're the same age as me. We used to sit on the front porch, and when we had nothing to do, usually it was rainy days, and we'd sit on my front porch of my house, and we'd so to speak, bet. We weren't betting any money. What the next car was, and it was either a Buick, Chevy, Ford, just the make and model of a car. That's what we bet on.
I remember when I was 9 years old and the Edsel came out, and I thought that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Well, I wasn't a big fan of those big DeSotos, and they had all the chrome on them and everything, too.
I swear the bumpers on old car weigh as much as a car they build new today.
Absolutely. All right, I'll let somebody else check in. Thanks for doing it, Paul, and I'll see you on the next one, KG4 ILV.
Very good. That's Jack. He's in Donaldson in Davidson County, KG4 ILV. Who else is west? Oh, we already had Rick was west. Anybody else west? Okay, nobody else west. Anybody south?
KF4 KQ.
Surprised you didn't jump in. Almost forgot about south. You doing okay, Tony?
Yeah. Turned the radio on late. We were out delivering. I delivered 11 cases of baby food to a new mom.
Oh, cool. Young, single mom or just a new mom? Period.
Just new mom. Her and her husband, and I mean, new baby needs food, right?
Oh yeah. No, it's all good. We just need more babies, don't we?
Yep. Oh, anybody out in the south end of the world out here, we got a star party at Henry Horton Saturday night. So come on out. It's free. We're so free it ain't funny.
Yeah, you just walk in.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Hey, you didn't see that piece that I saw in the news today, in the Science News, about now they seem to think they found some evidence, maybe, of early life on Mars.
Okay, yeah. I'm not smart enough to say yes or no. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to let somebody else get in. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, I'm definitely not smart enough, and they've been saying that for a while, but they said even that's a maybe, and it could just be a natural rock formation, but they're looking for evidence of old biological growth or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that was Tony, KF4, KFQ. He's in Smyrna. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4, November Delta, November.
Oh, your signal's big today there, David.
Hello, Mr. Paul. How in the world you doing, sir?
Oh, I'll do all right if I could get rid of this, the old term, a bum hip.
Michael, you got any word over?
Oh yeah, you missed it earlier. Yeah, his brother checked in and he got the update. He had an infection in the surgical area there where he was on his back, and that apparently took quite a turn. And now he's back pretty much. He's back in rehab, at the hospital and doing much better.
Okay, that's good news. I got in here late. I didn't know if you had already stated that kind of stuff. But anyway, I appreciate what you're doing, sir, and always glad to get in and check in and listen in on the net. So thanks a lot. 7-3 KI4NDN.
Yeah, very good. That's David in Reedyville, Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Anybody else south? Hey, Larry, I hear you're pretty good tonight. It's a little rough, but good copy. Very good. That's Larry. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He's in Rockville. Lots of times I can barely hear him. Just rough between Rockville and me. Anybody else south?
Kilo Foxtrot 4, India Foxtrot.
Kilo Foxtrot 4. Was that India Foxtrot?
Roger, name is Jason.
Hey, Jason. How'd you end up with that random call IIF? That's interesting.
That's just what they gave me.
Oh, I know. That's a pretty interesting call, though. Does anybody comment on it? India. That's cool.
I've had a few calls. Sometimes it's hard to get people to understand what it is, too. But that may be me trying to say it.
Well, just think, not too much after you, there was an India.
That's true.
I don't think I'd want that call.
No.
Anyway, and where are you located, Jason?
I am near Christiana.
Oh, very good. You're a pretty good distance from me.
Where exactly are you located?
I'm in Mount Juliet.
That is quite a distance.
I don't know that I know the difference. Do you know how far it is here as the crow flies? I mean, I could look it up.
I do not right off the top of my head.
No, I'm assuming it's at least 30 or 35 miles.
David just said 32 miles.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a good guess on my part because I wasn't exactly sure how far it was away in your direction. Well, that's very good. What kind of antenna are you using there, Jason?
It's a Comet dual band in the attic of the house.
Oh, you're doing great for an attic antenna. What's your elevation there in Christiana?
Not quite sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got to look that up. In fact, when I came here and I started the Simplex, before I started the Simplex, I was looking at the stuff and I was looking at my elevation, and I looked at my elevation and I said, wow, relative to everything around me, I'm one of the highest points here in this side of Wilson County and just this toward, from Davidson County. I said, I'm in a great position to do a Simplex net. And that was the reason I started here anyway.
You seem to be doing very well, so congratulations. You're doing something right.
Oh, yeah, we've been doing it for, this is at the end of our 11th year in a couple of weeks.
See, you're doing something right, so continue on.
Very good, Jason. Appreciate the kind words. That's Kilo Foxtrot 4, India Foxtrot, and he's in Christiana. So spread the word in Christiana to see who can compete with you in getting into the net. Who else is any place, anywhere, or west?
K4 IDC, good evening.
Hey, we got a DX station. How you doing, Robin?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, aside from this stupid bum leg I got.
Tom leg?
I went down to Florida for a few days. Everything was fine. Came home. Next morning I wake up, and it wasn't like I was, the doctor asked me, what have you been doing? Bungee jumping or cliff diving or what have you been doing? I said, nothing. Just normal activities. And all of a sudden I got this. It feels like, I would think it would feel like if you had a hip joint that needed replacing. It's got this hurt every time you take a step, right in the joint.
Oh, that's a bummer. Sorry to hear that.
Well, he said it might be, and I did some x-rays, and I still got to do another consult, but he said it could just be bursitis and some rest, and, I apply cold to it or whatever and try to make it better. It takes some, and it is a little better, but, the first time I've ever used one of those electric carts was over at Walmart. I go over to Walmart. I could not walk the store, it hurt that much.
Ooh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Major joints like that, when they become cantankerous, it's bad.
I'm going to start using an old term. I got lumbago.
I'll have to look that up.
Oh, you never heard anybody use that term?
Yes, but I never knew what it meant.
I honestly do think it's something in the back, though. You know, it's back problems because of that lumb, yeah, which I think is the lumbar, which would be your lower back, I think.
So what's the other part?
I don't know. Bagel. Probably something to do with the bagel, I think.
Yeah, some Yankee term.
I don't know. We don't really have any. The South seems to have more colloquial terms for things than the North does. I think. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it could be. There's a funny story. Let's see. I heard it on Bill Monroe. I forgot where I heard it, but they were doing a show in New York City. They'd been there for, I don't know, a day or two. And somebody was on stage. Monroe was backstage in the green room, and some of the other performers were back there with him. He took it upon himself to issue a warning to watch out for the donuts. They were tough as they could be, and they taste of onion.
Yeah, if you're not used to eating bagels, I guess that's true. No, there's differences, obviously, in they're not dramatic differences between Southern culture and Northern culture, but I've been living and traveling in the South for so many years, I feel awkward up north.
Well, that's not a bad thing in my opinion.
No, it isn't a bad thing. It's just the problems that I have with a lot of people in the North is that they tend to generalize about what people are like in the South, and it's an awful thing to do. It's a form of what do you call that? Prejudice, so to speak. And it was like my favorite illustration was a guy I worked with. He was an associate of mine. He was in Atlanta. He was an engineer, mechanical engineer. We were going out to look at a project, and the town was Washington, Georgia. It's east of Atlanta, an hour and a half or something. And I said, I really enjoy coming to Atlanta because it really was a southern city. Because Tampa's a southern city, but it's not a southern city. It's not a classic southern city. And he says, why is that? I said, because the people are cordial, they're pleasant, they treat me nice. It's just a nice, pleasant place to talk to people. And he says to me, don't let them fool you. They'll stab you in the back quick as anybody else. I just thought it was funny that he'd say that. But it's again, people in the South are a lot more polite than they are in the North.
Oh yeah, it's been true for centuries.
Oh, I think that's very true. Absolutely. And I think it's just a matter of upbringing. The niceties of the old South still hang out.
Yeah, I mean, there's some valid reasons for the expression Delta Yankee.
Well, anyway, that's why I cringe in the South when they say, where are you from? I don't recall.
Florida.
Well, yeah, I could say Florida, but even that, Florida's really, especially if you go down in Tampa and St. Petersburg, it's full of people from Michigan and Pennsylvania and New York and Illinois. And you go over to Fort Lauderdale and it's full of New York City people in Boston and Philadelphia. And, it's unbelievable.
Yep, it is. I met a truck driver several years ago. Made a good portion of his annual income ferrying automobiles up and down the East Coast just for the snowbirds.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, you can make a good. I would be stuck with driving it myself, but it'd be nice to have somebody drive it for me.
That's right. All right, done a great job. Carry on, K4IDC.
Very good. That's Robin, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. He's in east side of Percy Priest Lake, south of me about 5 miles, and I'm in Mount Juliet. In case you forgot. Who else is any place anywhere? Big night tonight. Mostly Wednesday we hang in around 15 or 16, and here we are, number 22. Anybody else out there?
Kilo 4, Victor Alpha.
Hey, what's up with you, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Kevin. Stepped back in the radio room and thought about the net and switched over here and heard you on here and figured I'd jump in real quick. Keep kind of checking.
Yeah, I theorized, have all these fancy radios coming out, and they've been out for years. All these software-based radios and all the special features they have. And I figured, well, what we need to do is have ICOM or Kenwood or somebody, and Yates would come out with a radio that all you do is you tell it when the nets are, or you hook it up to AI, and it automatically turns on the radio. It sends you an alarm on your phone, on your cell phone, and it says, "Get on the net."
It might be all right, but if I'm asleep, I'd have to have something actually physically come in there and push me around. That's the only problem. I can sleep through an alarm, no problem.
Yeah, no, I can sleep through my alarm right next to my bed.
Oh yeah. Phone, alarm, everything. It doesn't matter. Sleep right through it, not hear a thing.
Yep. No, it's anything going good. Everything going good for you, Mike?
Oh yeah, everything's just going. I woke up this morning, so I guess that was a good thing.
It's always a good sign, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, when I was sick some years ago, I was having this chronic illness, and I'd wake up in the morning and I'd lay there for a minute, and then I'd assess how I felt. You know, I didn't have it on a scale, but I just go, okay, am I feeling okay? What do I got to do here? I don't do it anymore. I just wake up and I feel pretty good. But then it was like, okay, how's it going today?
Yeah. I wake up and I lay there and got to get the joints moving. They're a little stiff.
I don't know how old you are. I assume you're younger than me. But I've gotten to the age where I get up in the middle of the night, say to go to the men's room, go to the bathroom. And I actually have to get out of bed and make sure I'm holding on to something, because I tend to have less balance going on when I first wake up.
I know the feeling. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, there are times I'll make 2 or 3 trips to the bathroom throughout the night when I'm asleep. So, yeah, I definitely know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, it's just funny how you notice those little differences in what happens when you age. But anything else for the net, Mike? You sound like you're doing pretty good.
Nope, that's about it. I'm 61. I'll be 62 in February, so I'm headed that way.
Oh, man, I was 15 when you were born, man.
Yeah. I knew you were a little older than I was, but yeah, I'm slowly working my way that way. Anyway, we'll get off here with somebody else to get any more check-ins. Good talking to you, Paul. Have a good one. K4VVA.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Mike's in Hendersonville. Kilo 4 Victor Elf. Victor Elf. Anybody else?
Gallatin.
Oh, Gallatin. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking it was Hendersonville. Very good. I'll make a note of that so I remember, hopefully, next time. Who else is north?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Carolyn.
Mike, you're 20 S units up here. Thought I'd let you know. KD4VV VUW. Gum, I'm getting it wrong now.
Thank you, K4VVA.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate that, Carolyn. It's nice to give people signal reports. It makes them feel better about themselves. Anybody else, north, south, east, or west? We're going to be moving on to the limited edition list: the dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackers, repeater, kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by alien deniers, and also the alien nations, other nations, living on the backside of the moon and mining. Flat earthers, the flat earth deniers, of course. I'm not sure which group is bigger. Scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end time survivalists, and Bigfoot believers. Any of those out there?
K1SPD.
Oh man, you just wait for this moment, don't you, Scott?
Every day, you talk about that fancy radio to tell you when the net is. That's what my alarms on my phone do.
Oh no, I do the same thing. Absolutely. For the things that are important in my life, when my wife's coming home, when I got to get up, when I got to do a net, all those things are in my phone. But I'm just saying that if they were connected with you, I assume they could be connected like you connect other things, with Bluetooth and or similar, and that would be that the radio would actually move to that frequency for that net, and all you'd have to do is just walk right up and jump right in.
That sounds like a good plan. When you're saying your hip started hurting, did you drive yourself or your wife drive?
No, I flew down to Tampa and flew back. It was all relatively easy. It's a 90-minute flight, no big deal.
Oh, okay. Because I first started noticing my left hip when we would travel about an hour and a half, and I'm talking, that was probably the most comfortable car I ever had. We had a Volvo XC90, their flagship SUV, if you want to call it that. But those seats just wrapped around you. But man, I'm telling you, that hip of mine would just hurt and hurt and hurt. So I finally went and had it checked. So that's been 7 years. And when I got there to the doctor's office, he asked me how I got there. And I said, well, I drove. He said, no. How'd you get into the office? And I said, well, I walked. He said, well, how'd you do that? Because you're not supposed to be. I've already looked at your pictures.
Oh, is that right? Was that messed up?
Yeah, he said it was like, the ball part of the femur was like rusted, he said, into the socket.
Oh, wow. And you had no idea?
Oh, I had an idea. That's why it hurts so bad. But no, it doesn't hurt anymore. Just my leg still hurts. The muscle never recovered. It's been 3 years almost.
The muscle never recovered, you mean from the surgery?
Yeah. They go through the front side of the hip now, and that way they don't have to cut the muscle, but they spread it. And well, it's been tight ever since.
Huh. Yeah, I've heard of that happening on other kinds of things too, but that's I would think it would be critical, obviously, if you're on something that has all the motion, like your knee or your foot or your hip.
Yeah, well, I highly recommend it. If it's quality of life, another doctor told me.
Oh yeah, see, I still to this point don't know if it's bursitis, which is he said it might be, but I haven't got the consult yet about whether it's bursitis or the X-ray, because if the X-ray doesn't show it exactly, then they said the next step is an MRI.
Yeah, no, I only had to do the X-rays, and well, besides that, it's great. All right, well, just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in there.
Sounds good. Your 2 cents is worth it, Scott. I'm glad you're in there. You're probably going to be the last one, but I'm going to ask anybody. Anyway, anybody that was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. Anybody else out there? Scott was number 24. Who wants to? No, 23. Anybody else? Seems like an active net tonight. Yeah, really, like I said, normally Wednesdays are, 15, 16, 17, so that's interesting. Sometimes more, but usually not this more. Anybody, last chance? All righty, then we're going to go right over to 446, 415, and on 70 centimeters, and then we'll go over to 28.415. We'll see you there, unless I hear somebody, biatch. All right, 70 centimeters it is, 446, 415. All right, here we are. It's a good thing I got that programmed in. It makes it fast. 446, 415. This is K4PW. I've come looking for the east. Anybody east or north?
Kilo 4 Juliet.
All right, we got Danny in there. Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Good signal. Who else is east or north?
WB0
Yep, sounds good. It sounds like everybody's right next door on 70 centimeters tonight. Whiskey Bravo 0 NOO. It's Mark in Northwest Wilson. Who else? Well, there was a double in there. We got KD4 Charlie Victor Echo was Greg in Hendersonville, and then we got Carlin KD4 BUW in Angeltown, Tibet. Paige, was there anybody else? All right, anybody else north? Over to the west?
KG4 ILV.
All right, you changed your timing a little bit. You're doing good, Jack.
I'm holding the mic. I'm waiting for you.
Very good. That's Jack Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Anybody else north or west? Or south?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November.
I'm telling you, David, you sound better on 70 centimeters than you did on 2 meters.
Oh, that's kind of unbelievable. Most time I don't even try to check in on this frequency.
Oh, man. So you probably missed out all kinds of life's opportunities with that attitude.
Well, my experience has always been that 440 just didn't work for me.
Telling you, right now 70 centimeters is killer for you.
Okay, well, I'll let you carry on, sir. Thanks a lot, Mr. Paul. 73 KI4NDN.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? You give me your call. Just give me a count, like 5 down or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me look at that screen again. It's funny because actually it's not even showing a signal, but your audio is big.
Okay, Kilo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, India, November. Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November.
Not even showing up on the screen, but yet you've got an audio as big as if it was like S10, S9. It really does.
All right, sir. Thanks a lot for the check. 73.
All right, you're going to have to start at 70 centimeter down there where you is, man.
Very good. Maybe that Kilo India 4, India Foxtrot may be in there. Who knows?
All right. Anybody else out there? That was David, by the way. Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November. Anybody else out there?
Kilo Foxtrot 4, India Foxtrot.
Oh, very good. We got the India Foxtrot in there. You sound fantastic.
Excellent. Well, I just decided to see if I could hit you on this too, and I guess I did.
Well, it is quite astounding, really, that it sounds so good on 70 meters, to me, anyway. Especially from an attic antenna in Christiana.
No complaints. Let's just keep on doing it. So I'll let you get back to it. KF4IIF.
Yeah, I'm astounded, really, that an attic antenna on 70 centimeters does so well. Make sure to check in on the net either on Sunday night or Saturday night. Well, Saturday we don't do we do 70 centimeters upper sideband, but next Wednesday, if you can swing it, check in again. I want to see how well this 70 centimeter works for you because it seems like a pretty good path.
Okay, I'll try if I can. Sometimes I don't get out of work early enough, but I'll try if I can.
Oh, I understand. Appreciate you being there. That was cool. From Christiana, over about 32 miles, KF4IIF, and he's on 70 centimeters. Sounds fantastic. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
W4NP.
Very good. We got David in there. You sound good too. In fact, he sounded better than you.
Well, he's coming in full quieting over here to me. That's astounding.
I know it. I was amazed. Really, it's funny how conditions on 70 on all the simplex. It's funny how big it has an impact on it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised in an attic antenna too. So very good.
I don't know the fella, but I might be inclined to think he's lying about that antenna. He's got a tower.
Maybe he's got a really tall house.
No, it might be, but even so, he must have a reasonably good elevation, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to check Christiana, though. Christiana.
Yeah, well, making a good trip up here.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. You sound good, too, but his was like, it just surprised me how good it was on 70 centimeters.
Yeah, me too. All right, W4NP.
Yeah, you learn something every night. There's a Whiskey 4 Mike Papa, and that's David up in Cottontown. No. I forget where it is.
White House.
Oh, White House. I was close. I could. White House didn't come to mind. Whiskey 4 Mike Papa in the White House. Who else is it north or anywhere?
November Papa.
Yeah, I even wrote it down wrong. You believe that? Thought it looked funny. MP, like military police. No, Whiskey 4 November Papa. I did get that right, didn't I?
Yeah, like no problem.
Yep, no problem. Whiskey 4, no problem. I wish there was such a thing as no problem. Who else is any place anywhere?
K1SPD.
Ah, very good. You made number 10 tonight. That's a red letter day for 70 centimeters.
Look at that. And all three of these, the last three, David especially, and he sounded great.
Yeah, he did. David sounded, but you heard Kilo Foxtrot 4, India Foxtrot from Christiana, okay?
Hey, yeah. And the last one, W4NP, where does he say he is?
He's in White House. White House? Not the White House.
That's a good trip.
Yeah, it's not a bad trip at all. I mean, that's why I say it's very good conditions for 70 centimeters tonight. Everybody sounded really good.
supposed to have a 100-foot tower then also. Yeah, okay. We'll carry on. Okay, what else?
Yeah, well, sometimes it doesn't matter if you got to tell. Like I said, that fella there in Christiana, he is in the attic, so he's doing a great job. He's got a special antenna. He's got special juice in it. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
Hey, Paul.
You.
Just FYI, I'm in Christiana as well, operating out of the garage at my daughter's house there in Christiana. Over.
Ah, so that's why you sounded so good today from 77. Must be a condition thing. We're gonna have to check that out on the next net, would you?
Oh, okay, will do. And also, the elevation is about 650 feet, almost the same elevation as I am in the readable community.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, it's what's in between. It's also the problem, as you know.
Yes, sir. As the crow flies from my place in Reedville, Tennessee, to your place is 32 miles, and over here in Christiana, it's exactly the same thing, 32 miles. Over.
Oh, neat. No, you're doing a fantastic job. So, what did you take with you? You're not mobile, are you?
No, sir. Negative. I'm house sitting here for a while.
Okay. Now I got you. I just wondered. You drag all your equipment over to somebody else's house.
The half of it. Anyway, carry on, sir. Just wanted to let you know that information. This KI4ND 73.
Yeah, very good. Anybody else checking in on 70 centimeters? Please come now. All right, we're going to go to 28415, and we'll follow that up with 223415. We'll see you over there in a second. Alrighty, we're here on 28.415 upper sideband, looking for check-ins from any place, anywhere. Alright, we got KD4GON. Amazing, your 10 meters is just very weak compared to your other, 70 centimeter and 2 meter. It's, it sounds so much weaker here. No big deal. I can still copy you. Anybody else north? That was Danny, KD4GON. Who else? Anybody else north or anywhere? November 8, November Hotel. The conditions must be funny to you because you're usually loud as all get out there, Hayes.
Yeah, my SWR is also higher than it usually is. I'm trying to figure this one out.
You don't think anybody was messing with it, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with the antenna or something.
No, I don't know. Usually it would be the issue. It's, what got water in it or something. Who knows? Anyway, you sound good, though. I mean, I can copy it just fine. It's just normally you're knocking me over with your signal. Yeah, we'll see. Well, you'll figure it out. I don't like to take time to figure things out at my age, but anyway, that's November 8, November Hotel Tango, and that's Hayes in Hendersonville. Who else? All right, we got Greg in there. KD4CVE. Sound pretty good there, Greg. Ah, very good. That was Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Greg in Hendersonville. Who else? Anybody else? You can hear anything I can't? Ah, there you go. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Of course, that's Scott in Laverne. Who else?
November Mike 1 Mike.
Very good. We got November Mike 1 Mike, and I'll get it straightened in my mind here in a second. Forgot where you are. Oh, in Gallatin. That's where you are. No, I forget where you are. Oh, that's right, you are. I was looking at somebody else's name with a Gallatin that I just made a note of. I thought it was the wrong one. All right, and it was, but it's still Gallatin. Anyway, you sound pretty decent though. Had you checked in on 10 meters before? I don't. Mark, had you checked in on 10 meters before? I don't recall.
Yes, I have.
Okay, very good. I just didn't recall if you had it on. You sound good though. That's November Mike 1 Mike, and he's in Gallatin. Who else is any place anywhere? Yeah, you sound pretty decent, Jack. A little subdued, but you still sound pretty good. Oh, it's noisy. It is noisy here. It's just a little bit of hash, but the signals, everybody's signal's relatively low. Like Hayes is normally killer signal to me, and it's down about 70%. Anyway, that was Jack. Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? I heard you in there, Scott. Oh yeah, you did. You did. K1 SPD. That's right. You were three people ago, man. That's why I can't remember. I had to look myself. Who else is in there? Please come now. All right, I think we're done. We had a grand total of 7, which is it's kind of normal. It's usually 7 or 8 or somewhere in that vicinity. Depends on who's available. Appreciate everybody being there. We're going to go over to 223-415. I still miss Michael here on the net. He's here every night, and so I miss him being in here. Anyway, he'll be back. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you. Have a good night. K4PW over to 223-415.